everybody's body is different. We all design differently. And therefore, one pose may not work for all of us. I will definitely give you modification. I will emphasize again and again that in today's practice, you would really die to go 100%. And I would highly encourage you to go 30 to 40%, no more than that. Because when you stay for a long period of time, you will know if you paid the price when you come out of it. And sometimes it's a little too late. It might take you longer to recover. So this is a great opportunity to tame your nerve system, to say, I don't have to go all the way out. I don't have to show up 200%. And when the urge gets there, hold yourself back. Notice if you're holding on to your muscles, try to relax them, because the focus is the joints. Our first pose, we're not there yet. Just watch me for a moment. Gonna be a reclined tree pose. We won't stay here for long, just to warm up the inner thighs. The setup is you have a block under your right ankle. You're gonna take your left ankle over your right knee, and some of you may put a block under your left thigh or your pillow. And then we're gonna just relax. For some of you, you're just gonna bend your right foot in a figure 4. Okay, we're not there yet. So that's coming. Just put your block there in front of you. And I come down to the floor in a constructive rest. Lengthen your tailbone. Open your knees wider than your hips. And bring your knees together. Relax your chest. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And today we're going to look at our practice as a little field trip, a journey. We're going to be going up the hill. There are times where we have to really push a little harder with our breath and our pillar of light. And we're going to go through the layers of the body. Through the practice, you're observing, you're feeling what comes up, and how do you shine that sensation with your pillar of light, and your breath will follow. At this moment, allow yourself to empty any tension out and give yourself permission with a capital P to arrive at your mat and to nurture your mind, your body, and your soul. If things show up, allow them to show up. Notice what you feel. Look at it, acknowledge it, and then you let it go. And this is the practice. Trying to let go of the old, whatever the old is. And it's not a one-time thing. We visit it again and again until one day it feels far away from us. Scan your body. Notice if you're holding any tension in your body through your habitual self. Try to relax into that. And then with your next breath, extend your right leg over your block. Make sure you have another block just in case you need it, or a pillow. Lift and lengthen your tailbone. And then take your left ankle over your right knee. Open your left knee. For some of you, your right knee is bent to the floor in a figure 4. You can also, you can also start one way and then you can adjust. So if you feel too fatigued after a while, you can bend your right knee. So you can start a certain way. You're gonna feel uncomfortable in the beginning. And now your job is to shine the light where there is discomfort. Look at it, acknowledge it, and try to flush it out with your exhalation, with your pillar of light. Every breath, you're shining a light through the left leg, through the right foot. Relax your jawline, your eyebrows. Through your field trip, you're going to feel some healing sensations. That means you're going through the challenging areas in your body. Rather than run away from them, look at them. Surrender your hips, your knees, your ankles. Soften your jawline. This is just a little warm up here. And notice how your body is responding. Notice what you're holding on to. Notice your joints, your breath. Is it shallow? Be generous with your breath. Can you look at your sensation internally? And can you breathe into it and pause at the top of your breath? And then with your next breath, just hug your left knee to your chest. Breathe in. With your next breath, drop your left foot down for a moment. Shift the block to the left side of your body. Allow your block, by the way, I didn't say that, but to be horizontal. So it's not long. Vicky, change it the other way. Wide. Yeah. And it's on the low setting. Low setting. Low setting. There you go. Bend your right knee. Take your right ankle over your left knee. Open your right knee, maybe a block under your right hip. And for some of you, maybe the left leg bends. So right now we're climbing up the mountain. Breathe in there. The benefits will be when we reach the top of the mountain and then we look down, we look at this beautiful work that we have done to reach towards that beautiful view. Can you identify where you feel the sensations? Can you identify where you're holding tension without realizing? Surrender to that joint. Even though we so long to let go and to be free, our nerve system doesn't really know how to do that efficiently. So the practice teaches us. And like I said, we do it slowly and repetitively until we eventually replace one habit with a better habit. And look at your pose as a situation in your life, something that you're stuck in, it's uncomfortable. How can you use your best tools to unwind on one side, and then on the other side, how can you give yourself permission to sit in the discomfort? How can you give yourself permission to say, I'm okay being uncomfortable? Wherever you are, your tools are the pillar of light and your breath. A sense of compassion, self-love, self-care, relaxing the arms and the shoulders and your chest. Internally, visualize your fingertips. And what's amazing about your fingertips, each fingertip has 3,000 nerve endings. So between your two hands, you have 30,000 nerve endings in your fingertips. So feel that sensitivity flowing from your fingertips all the way down to your feet. And there will be times where you feel this is boring, I'm here, I have no idea what to do with myself. Give yourself permission to be. Give yourself permission to sit in this place and be curious to travel inside of your body. Where are you in your body? Feel that. Slowly, slowly. Bend your right knee to your chest. Bend your left knee down to the floor as well. Roll your hips, do whatever feels good for a little reset here. And now we break our practice into little increments. Each pose will be one step climbing up this beautiful mountain. And we pace ourselves physically and mentally and emotionally. And more than anything else, along the way, you're letting go. Focus on your exhalation. With your next breath, come up to a seat. If you have two pillows, pile your pillows so they are vertical. You have a block on the tall set, on the medium setting. And then you're gonna place your bolster or your two pillows. Okay. You have your strap. Just use that for a second. Make sure that the tail of the strap is facing your body and the buckle is on the side. All right. You're gonna take the strap over your hip. We're gonna go into butterfly, reclined butterfly. So that was the warm-up what we did before. The strap is going between your legs and over the soles of your feet. You will have to adjust it when you're coming down. Lift and lengthen your tailbone, and then you notice, okay, and I have to pull my tail. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. There. Over your hips, between your legs, soles of the feet together, and then move the buckle to this side a little bit. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's okay. It's up to you. It's more comfortable with two, but make sure your hips are adjacent to the bolsters. Too much? Bring your feet closer. How's that? Lift and lengthen your tailbone. Soles of the feet together. Yeah, for the most part, yeah, we're targeting the inner thighs and groins, but everybody would feel it differently. So I don't like to tell you where to feel it because we're all different. Breathe in and breathe out. And now from the get-go, surrender into your inner groin, surrender into your knees, soften your belly, and breathe. You missed something here. There we go. Second. And over. Hold on, hold on. There you go. Now we can make it tighter. Okay. Breathe in, relax your chest, relax your arms. And the longer you're there, the more you're letting go of your muscles. And go through your body. Go through the body parts. Maybe the space between your eyebrows, your ears are soft, your throat, your shoulders, your elbows. Look at you internally into your 30,000 nerve endings through your hands, your chest, your hips, your knees, your ankles, and then you're going up and down. Every inhalation, at least a count of 3 or 4. Pause at the top of your breath for at least a count of 4 or 5. And exhale to a count of 6 or 7 slowly. And every time you're exhaling, you're mindful of what you vacuumed, what you emptied, and you let go. At the bottom of your exhalation, there's a little pause to acknowledge that you emptied something that doesn't serve you any longer. And the more we empty, the more freedom and clarity we have in our systems. Inhale, count of 3 or 4 at least. Pause to the count 4, 5 at least, and notice. Shine a bright light when you pause. And then exhale. Diane, make sure you're supported, your low back is supported against your pillows. So make sure your low back is supported against your pillows, so you're not flat. Yes. As you create more space, you may feel you need to lift your hips and lengthen your tailbone a little more, and then come back again. So working through the kidneys meridians, the liver meridians. And more importantly, notice how you're holding tension. Can you let go? Can you sink into your hips a little more? Relax your knee joints a little more. And use your breath as an invisible muscle that pushes through that connective tissue. Inhale. Notice your ribs expanding, 3-dimensional. Pause as long as you can and shine a bright light. You look in, your body is kind enough when you pause to tell you, this is where you are in this particular breath. Acknowledge it and then vacuum the edges of that tissue. And then exhale and let it go. Try to surrender into those muscles and just focus into your joints. Your inner light is looking at your joints. Breathe in here. Visualize your breath like a fish with headlights swimming between the layers of your connective tissue. Spraying aromatherapy where there is congestion and you're trying to get to the other side. And how can you tame your mind that if you had to be here for another 10 minutes, how will you tame your mindset? How will you surrender and pace yourself? The first thing is you let go. You let go of your opinions, you let go of the idea of where you should be and where you would like to be. But sit in the discomfort and use your breath and your pillar of light. And like magic, you feel like, oh, I overcome that little hurdle. And then the show begins again, the whole cycle. You breathe in, you pause, and you're diving deeper and deeper into your body. It's very fascinating to me. This little body can go for miles inside energetically. And the more we do, the more we realize there is so much more. All right, almost there. You got about 20 seconds. With your next breath, bring your hands outside of your knees and bring one knee in and one knee in. Release the foot or the feet with your strap. Take a little moment here. Do whatever feels good. You can stretch your legs out. You could also take your hands to the inside of your groin area and just give yourself a little massage here. More importantly, exhale, exhale, exhale. Allow the residue to settle down. There's always the beginning, the middle, and the end. And then you let go of what doesn't serve you, and then you keep what serves you, even if it feels a little bit edgy. Take a moment to nurture your nerve system here. Notice how quickly you become fidgety and you want to go and you want to move. Try to slow your mind like a wave of warm river water flowing through your body. And then do it again and again. As we let go of the old, one day the old goes away and we feel peaceful. With your next breath, bend your knees and come up to a seat. Get rid of the strap from your hips. And now, just watch for a moment. You're going to be facing your pillows for most of us. And then we're going to go into dragonfly. Open your legs wide. Okay. Some of you are flexible enough, so I'm keeping my setup here. I'm going to bring the pillows close to my pelvis, lift my chest, and then drop down. If that's not enough, you might take a block under your head. You're relaxing your knees, your hips. Some of you more flexible can lower the block lower. I like to turn my palms up so it allows me to relax a little more and to receive. Yep. Remember, don't overdo. Do you need a block? You good? Okay. Okay. Breathe in there. Breathe in, relax your chest, relax your knees, and focus more on your joints, no muscles. Soft. Oh. Breathe into your back body. Hold it, hold it. It feels a little uncomfortable when you pause, but you poking through the deep ends and then exhale from wherever you are. Relax your shoulders. Visualize your body slowly turning into a little puppet with strings. The only thing that is moving is your breath. Breathe through your back body. Visualize every time you're breathing, you're shining a strip of light along your spine. And every light along your spine is turning on. So your breath has to be deep enough to turn the switch in each light along the strip along your spine. Breathe in there, breathe in there, breathe in there. Inhale. And then exhale. And notice what it feels like to let go. We don't worry too much about the alignment here, because when we worry about alignment, we're going to engage muscles. It's the opposite of what we want. So we create the shape. And now allow your breath to travel into the shape of your body. Oftentimes, it helps to separate your lips and your teeth for a moment. That gives you a feedback if you were tense, even though you may have thought you were relaxed. And then seal your lips gently. We have a treadmill that has its own mind. It walks even though it's off. Very interesting. All right. Breathe in and breathe out. Your fingertips are soft. Visualize each fingertip has 3,000 nerve endings, and allow that sensitivity and that flow to flow through your body. Allow that breath to expand your back body. Visualize the strip of light along your spine. Look at it. You're diving and you're poking, you're chiseling through the layers, and then you exhale and you empty. And if you do this cycle about 7 to 8 breaths, like I'm teaching you, the inhalation, pause and look and feel as long as you can, and then empty with your exhalation. And then go to your next inhalation and feel the quality of your breath. What does it feel like when you pause this time? Your body is telling you, look at it and hold it. And then vacuum and exhale the second time. Pause. Inhale the third time. Feel your breath, maybe a little bit more generous, maybe less resistance. Hold it and look at it. Shine a brighter light. Acknowledge. Exhale and let it go. Pause. Your fourth cycle. Inhale. Expand. Be more generous with your light. Pause even longer and brighter light and feel. Vacuum. Exhale. Pause. Your fifth cycle. Inhale. Feel where you are. Pause and bright light inside of you, deep within you. Look at it. Vacuum. Exhale slowly. Pause. Inhale. Breathe. Feel the breath coming out of your pores. Pause and a brighter light. What is your body telling you? Where do you feel? Look at it. And then exhale it slowly. And just like that, over 5 minutes, that's how breath can be effective. Slowly. Bring your hands down, push the floor. Lift your chest. Lay on your back. Oh, I felt that one. Woo! So I say your breath is your medicine. Hug your knees to your chest. Go through that little residue. Feel empty. And your next breath is nurturing. Your next breath is nurturing. Sometimes I say, feel sorry for your sensations. It's okay to do that. I often remind myself that I'm such a good friend and I always offer my sympathy and my kindness to other people. So I at least owe a little bit of that to myself. Shine a light through where you feel any discomfort. Breathe into it. Empty, empty, empty. Empty physically, empty emotionally, mentally. And your next breath is nurturing. As you let go, there is space for freedom with your next breath. Roll over to the side, come up to a seat, take a little water, or if you need to go to the bathroom break, please do so. The important part is that you want to acknowledge the synovial fluid flowing through your joints and the blood flow. And the most, not the most, nothing is the most, everything is working like a system together. The other part that is important, that when we stress the tissue, all tissue sits in the connective tissue, the fascia. So over time, if you don't mobilize it, you start to compensate and you walk in a certain way, okay? That tissue gets even more dry. So now you're losing your range of motion and so on and so forth. This practice, and that's why mobility is so important, is we stress the joints and then we break into the old connective tissue. So there is a win-win-win situation here. We're strengthening, we're mobilizing, we're hydrating, we're promoting blood flow. And through all of that, we're releasing a lot of emotional stress because nobody smiles when they feel pain, right? So imagine that pain over time, okay? It lays heavy on us. So we want to free. It gives me goosies because it's so true. Everything is connected. You can be free emotionally when you physically trapped or mentally trapped. It all goes together. It's like a teamwork that comes together. Okay, so now we're gonna go into our deer variation. We will be on the right hip. Don't go there yet. I'm gonna give you options. If you have issues with your low back, if you feel like, oh, my outer glute is like, it's too much, I can't relax, okay? Everybody's gonna do that. You're gonna lift your chest up, and then we're gonna quarter turn to the right. You still have that little setup, and then you're gonna rest and rest your arms. Notice my knees are almost stuck together. That will be your modification. Over time, for some of you, you will take your leg back. If you feel that your leg can go back and you feel okay, but your knees off, we're gonna put something to surrender. The most important thing is to allow all the props to support your body. So all you have to do is surrender to what comes up. We don't want to worry about holding ourselves in space, because then the muscles are coming on, right? So support yourself. Again, I really love the easy. And more importantly, because if you stay long enough, it's going to come up. But more importantly, to start with the nerve system more calm. Don't overload your nerve system. So put a block under your pillows. Your pillows are vertical, long. Your hip is adjacent to the bolster or your pillows all the way. Lift your chest, quarter turn to the right. The last thing I didn't tell you is, Vicky, take your block further up so you're more stable. At one point, maybe your left cheek comes on the floor. I would not recommend to do that right away. Okay, again, give your nerve system, give it a break, okay? Chill out a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out. Use your breath, take advantage to breathe through your back body, relax the shoulders down. Allow your arms to be soft. Inhale and exhale. Visualize a little spiral along your spine, and you're trying to break into that spiral. Breathe. Relax your muscles, but deepen your breath. And just like I guided you in the last pose, 6, 7, 8 breaths with the inhalation, gradual. As you pause, you shine a brighter light and you're stressing the tissue. Acknowledge what you feel. That's how healing takes place. Exhale, let it go. When we do this enough times, this is your therapy on the mat. You catch yourself tensing up, you catch yourself being in your head, and then you say, oh, I need to come back again. Come back to your light and come back to your breath. Wherever the sensations are there, that's where your light turns in like medicine. And wherever your light is, your breath follows. And with every cycle, ask yourself if there is a pause in your breath, because the pause allows you to be mindful and present. Your inner light is your inner flashlight. Sometimes it's always a flashlight. Sometimes it's aromatherapy oil, where you feel a little stiffness and you need to loosen it up a little bit. So shine and flash that little aromatherapy. Sometimes it's the soft voice that reminds you, okay, you know there are going to be benefits after this. Sometimes your inner light is also the voice that reprimands you and brings you back home. It's like, oh, you got lost, you're going too far, you're overly trying to control, come back home. How long is your breath? Your scanner is going. That's the yang part of the practice, that you're not disconnected, you're present, your breath is present. You're feeling where your breath and where your sensations are. And how do you become a good technician that learns how to exit all the toxins and the stress out of your body? How do you accompany your exhalation with your pillar of light to make sure that the negativity left your body? Can you feel your back body expanding with your breath? Or is your breath shallow? Inhale. Maybe you want to test, just poke and test, turning your head the other way. So if you were on your right, that was the easier. Maybe you turn to the left, or maybe you go the other way. Maybe your top knee goes behind you, and see how that feels. The top knee behind you, yes. And now can you surrender to this shape? Sometimes you have to dig deep with your breath. You're chiseling through. You have to work a little harder with your breath. You have to shine a brighter light. You have to be a very tuned in technician to learn how to navigate through the hills. Sometimes it's a very steep hill. Sometimes it's a little more shallow. But allow your breath to be long. Allow your breath to have a pause and an exhalation. And as always, notice, scan your body. Where are you holding tension? Where can you surrender to? And now visualize you sinking all the way to your bones, all the way to your bones. And every time you're breathing, you're shining a light all the way to your feet, to your fingertips, to the crown of your head. If you turned your head to the left, turn it to the right, please, for transition. Take a moment. Don't rush. Empty, empty, empty. Bring your knees stacked together. Step 2. And then slowly push your hands, come up, lay on your bolster. Yay. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift your hips. Just breathe in. Inhale. Exhale. Now, here is the test. If you came out of this pose and you feel some pinching in your low back or anywhere in the hip or the glute, maybe you went too far, okay? So if your knees were stacked and you still felt it, maybe you need to put a block between your knees. Maybe you don't turn your head the other way. Take a moment and breathe. If you feel any residue, breathe into that residue. Relax your arms internally. Let everything be heavy. Inhale all the way to your feet, to your fingertips. And your exhalation is so powerful, more than your inhalation. Because the more you exhale, the more freedom your system has, and your breath, the inhalation will take care of itself. The more you exhale, the more space. Look at it as if you had a set of drawers and you're emptying out junk out of there. How much more freedom and space your drawers will have. Every breath is nurturing, soothing your mind, your body, your soul. There's something gifted into your soul. Acknowledge that. With your next breath, bend your knees, come up to a seat, please. And this time we're gonna go to the other side. I think we're gonna sit on the left hip this time. Remember what your other side told you, so modify, start slow. Start slow. Lift your chest, adjust your pillows. Lift your torso, quarter turn. And then rest your chest. Your left cheek is on the floor. Now, imagine you have no arms and no legs, and all you have to move your body is your breath. Can you push that breath through your back body? And especially where you feel the sensations. Inhale. Pause. Acknowledge, shine a bright light. What is your body telling you when you pause? Where do you feel this? That's what you have to look at and acknowledge. And from there, exhale out all the toxins. And then the next breath, notice the quality of your breath. Your body tells you your breath is your inner doctor. The quality of your breath tells you what goes inside of you. So honor that. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice the wave of your breath lifting you up. Notice the tension when you pause. And notice the deflation of the exhalation. And in the background, your inner light is that soft voice. It's guiding you through the sensation, through the ride. So it allows you to feel safe and secure and content. Inhale. Breathe into the spiral of your body. Separate your lips. Inhale here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Look at it. Exhale. So you have to remember that when you pause, it doesn't feel so good because there is stress. And then you shine a light to guide you. But when you do this 3, 4, 5 cycles, you notice that your tissue is like, oh, wow, I can feel elasticity. I can feel what I'm doing, even though it's uncomfortable, it's working. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale here. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Exhale, empty. Yes. Inhale, fill it up. Relax your shoulders. Exhale. And as you're doing this cycle of work, at the meantime, your other scanner is, how are my shoulders doing? Am I tensing up my jawline? Open your mouth for a moment and readjust. And if you feel pressure around your shoulders, try to relax the shoulders and shine a light there. You're sweeping your body, flushing out any tension. And at one point, you'll feel where you feel the most tension, that's where you want to focus. Be generous with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Allow your limbs to be soft, like a little puppet with strings. Maybe you can visualize yourself on the beach with a beautiful house. You're opening all the windows and the air is flowing through those windows. If you like to turn your the other chin on the pillow just to test the water. And that's the time where you might feel stiffness, but breathe through it, even for 2, 3 breaths, just to see. And acknowledge what is your body telling you. Remember, you have no hands and no legs, but your breath is your power. Wherever you feel the tension, look at it and breathe and shine your light again and again and again. About 30 seconds to go. If you want to stay there, stay. If you want to adjust back, adjust back. Relax your shoulders, let them be heavy. Focus on your fingertips, the sensitivity of your fingertips. And notice how just by doing that, how everything starts to melt. If your chin is on the right side or left side, take it to the opposite side, the left side. Stack your knees together. And slowly push to the back. Lay on your back and breathe. Do you all feel 20 years older? So just remind yourself, you carried that tension in your body, day in and day out. So thank goodness for our practice. Can you imagine if we didn't do yoga and yin yoga? Take a moment, flush it out now with your breath. All that fluid is flowing through your connective tissue, the blood flow, and your meridians are obviously and for sure got unclogged. So now you're flushing it out. Visualize little roadmaps in your body, illuminated. And now you're breathing through that. There's a sense of continuity, maybe. Is that it? You know what I mean? Okay. Continual energy, easier for me to say. Okay? Breathe through that. How's little Ginger doing? She's doing Shavasana there. All right, breathe, soften, take the tension off your shoulders, off your hips, off your mind. And notice how your mind wants to trick you and it goes, okay, let's go to the next thing. And you say, no. I want to sit here for a moment, even if I feel uncomfortable doing that. Shine a light through your head. Take the tension off your shoulders and off your heart and off your hips. Slowly come up to a seat. Little water break if you need it. So as you sit here, beyond stretching our bodies, think of the gift of being here right this second here, free of any stress and obligations. Some of us have sick parents, children. All of us have a list of things we need to worry about. All of us, right? But right this second, this moment is free. So internalize it. Because when you move or leave this door, you may cut your finger and you'll realize, oh my God, even a paper cut is so painful. And it really is, okay? You might get a phone call. You have no idea. But this second right here belongs to you. So when you cherish that moment, you feel your heart center with this inner peace and inner strength. It carries us to where we need it when we're challenged, okay? If we just go on empty batteries the whole time, we have nothing to give and we don't have good resources. But when you take even one breath in one moment for you, don't take it for granted. Do not take it for granted. So, are we ready?
Yes.
Are you hungry?
Yes.
Ah, not yet. Okay. So the next thing is going to be a sleeping swan pigeon in Yang Yoga. For some of you, you're going to move all your toys out of the way for now. I'm going to show you the variation. The first one, like some of you started, but this time you have a block on the medium setting. The lower arch of your foot is on the block. Lift and lengthen your tailbone, and then pigeon pose. We will have the right leg first, so it will be the right leg bent. Option number 2 is to go to a variation of sleeping swan, which will be like a 90-90 kind of variation. And then you can decide if you want your chest to be diagonal, aligned with your shin, or forward or to the side, okay? And that can be like so. Or you're going to go to traditional swan. Okay, so then you're going to come here. It's also nice, by the way, to start if you wanted with that 90-90 variation. I'd find that the transition becomes so natural after a while. So you can use blocks. You can use, a bolster might be too high, but if you have a pillow and you want to rest your thigh or your hip behind you, that's another variation here. Like I said, everybody's body is different, so do what feels good for you. I would say go to your figure 4 on the block, on the medium setting, like so. That might be good for you. Your left, the block goes under your left foot, and then right. And now, are you dying to pull that knee down? But please don't. Just relax your knees and your ankles. Just rest your hips down. Yep. Breathe, relax your elbows, your shoulders. Sylvia, see if you want to put a pillow under your hips. No, no, no. So like a block. Lift up your knee. Yes. Yep. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Too high. Take one pillow off. There. I'm going to scoot your hips. Better. Keep your hips even. That's all I want you to worry about. The rest will fall into place. Breathe in, breathe out. Where are you going? Block. You want to do that. So lay on your back. Ankle. Think of your hips. In here, I want your hips to be even. No. See? Shift your hips that way. For you, it feels crooked. Yeah, breathe into the crooked. Both hips on the floor. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, good, good. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hands. Too much energy there, Mama. There you go. You can even put your hands here. Whatever feels good. Inhale. Shine a light through your right hip. And try to relax your knees and your ankles. That will help you. Inhale. And exhale. Relax your shoulders. What do you feel this the most? Okay. Too much, like it feels like intense? Okay. Bend this knee for a couple of breaths. Just bend it. Yeah. Does that feel more comfortable? Okay. Stay there, and then eventually this would want to go much easier. Relax your shoulders. Shine a light through the right hip. And try to relax that knee and the ankle. And that's a good technician that doesn't lose the connection of the breath and the pillar of light. And you sitting in the discomfort, but you know that it's going to get you to the other side. You're going through the mud, and there is this little lotus flower waiting for you on the other side. Try to trace your shape with your pillar of light. And when you feel stuck, look at it, shine a deeper light and breath. And then do it again. Trace your body shape with your inner light until you get stuck. And when you get stuck, there is something there that needs to be released. It's the old. So look at the old, poke the old, and then try to vacuum it out. Sometimes there's more old. Sometimes it's the process that you worked on a few weeks ago, and you just continue in that journey. We all hold stress and tension in different parts of the body, and that's what makes us unique. Notice if you're holding tension in your shoulders or your jawline, open your mouth, relax your shoulders. Try to surrender to the right hip and the knee and the ankle. And notice that less is more. It really is. It allows you to enjoy the journey and to be present where you are every step of the way rather than being attached to where you should be. For the last minute, if your knee was bent and you want to extend that leg to the proper traditional pigeon, see how that works for you. And if you're good where you are, stay where you are. And now you may have to breathe a little more. You may have to navigate your breath and light. And notice if your habit snuck up on you, if you made adjustments, change it. And when you feel a little fatigue and stiffness, can you shine your light to go through that fatigue, through that stiffness, whatever that is? Wherever you are, slowly, slowly come to your hands. Shift your body to the right and swing your legs in front of you, lay on your back. Oh, you all look like 30 years older now. I thought it'll get better. All right, breathe in, breathe out. Take a moment, flash it out internally. Visualize the flow of your fluids and your blood flow, and ironing out your internal energetic body. Internally, visit your right hip and notice how you're giving it massage. You're acknowledging that it felt a little uncomfortable, but you did something productive there. And as uncomfortable as it was, how lucky you are that that was your biggest problem, is that your right hip was stiff. When we put that in perspective. So if you sprained your ankle or whatever, it's like, oh, I'll go to pigeon pose. I would take that any day. Hug your knees to your chest. Sleeping swan on the other side. Find your variation. Give yourself all the props that you need to transition into it safely and gradually. So the one thing we don't want to do is overly stress the tissue too far and too fast. Your tissue has its own time clock. You can't force it. If you do, you're going to get injured. You're going to create inflammation. So be patient. And even though it's the same pose, this is a new pose. It's a new story. What is this story telling you? How do you navigate your breath and your pillar of light? How do you find creative ways to unleash tension out of your body through the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and the energetic? First, focus on your exhalation. Take the tension off your shoulders, your jawline, and shine a light onto the left hip. And possibly if you forgot to breathe in your three-dimensional breath with the pause and with the exhalation, come back home. Unleash the old. Notice your shoulders. Are they tense? Is your heart open and soft? Can you travel your breath all the way down to your feet? Can you brighten your inner landscape a little more so you really sense where you are in your body every breath? And we get to forget so quickly, so that's why we have our scanner to remind us as you're traveling up and down your body. Notice. Be mindful that every breath is there to nurture you, to give you a better opportunity to internally grow and be more resilient and more soft and loving and accepting. And I love so much that I see many variations here because you are tuned into your body If you want to adjust it to back off or to go a little further, you have another few breaths here. Oftentimes we think we know where we need to be, but if we'll just back off a little and become the observer and look into what the body exhibits, and we follow that little field trip with our breath and our pillar of light, your body will guide you to the right places. Slowly, slowly come out of it. Shift your body to the left. Come all the way to your back for a moment. If you have a block or a pillow, put it under your low back. That will feel good. Under your sacrum. Flush it out, flush it out. Hips hold a lot of tension. You now poked into those hips quite a bit today. So breathe into them, breathe into them. Okay, the last drill of the day. When you're ready, come up to a seat. You're gonna have a couple of blocks with a pillow, vertical, I think. Let me see here. Can I borrow your pillow for a second? Thank you. All right. So you have a pillow. If you have a bolster, might be too much, I would use a pillow or a blanket. And then I'm gonna take my right armpit, kind of like notice where that bottom pillow is. And then you're gonna lengthen, scoot your hips back and rest on it. Option, top leg is forward. You can grab your bottom foot. Okay, so you want your bottom block to be right below your armpit. Okay, right below the armpit, like so. Huh? The bottom one. No, this one is for your arm. One is under your arm and one is under there. Yeah. Top leg is in front of you. No. Top leg is forward bent. Yeah. And then grab your bottom leg and scoot that leg back. So, yes. Scoot your right knee, left knee back, further back. No, Mike. The opposite leg, Mama. Opposite leg, Mike. Yes. Scoot your. Yeah. Yep. So if you're on your right, your left leg is bent, your right, scoot your right knee further back and hip, and then you can grab your right foot with your left hand. Breathe in there, surrender to it. Because then you can rest your head on the arm. For some of you, it won't be comfortable. The bolster is too high, Mama. Bolster is too high. No, here, get you another block. Here. Too high. Do this. Rest your armpit right below on the right side. It's right over it. There. You're making a pillow. And then this knee bends, you can grab it. I'm gonna take this back a little. feel that at all? Okay, okay, good. Breathe in. Surrender your armpit. Breathe in there. If you don't feel enough, then scoot your hips away from the pillow. So then there is a sense of traction through the rib cage and the lats. And of course, the armpits. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. So you are almost at the top of your mountain climber. You came a very long way. And now you can almost sense this beautiful view. You're going inward through all the work you did. If you grabbing your foot, allow the grip to be soft. Press your thigh down to the floor. Deepen your breath. Inhale and exhale. Separate your teeth. And now take advantage of acknowledging the length through the lateral side of your body. Inhale, exhale. Can we take this one back a little more? Is that too much?
No, it's okay.
You sure? Inhale and exhale. Soften your grip, but deepen your breath. If you bind, let go of your leg and stay there for another breath or two. Just stretch out your leg slowly. Breathe. Soften your demeanor, soften your limbs, your bones. And when you're ready, slowly come to the other side, please. Lengthen your torso. So scoot your hips down as your armpit travels upward first. Breathe. Scoot this back a little more. Separate your lips. Don't look so angry. Breathe in there. Inhale. Be mindful of the sensitivity of your fingertips. Visualize your breath radiating all the way down to your feet, to your fingertips. Soften your demeanor. Visualize in that pose, there is softness inside of you. And ever so slowly let it go. Let go of your leg first. Visualize that elongation through that side of your body. And then slowly scoot to your back. Hug your knees. If you want to put a pillow under your low back region just to reset everything, please do so before you get ready for your final pose. Shavasana, well deserved. And now just focus on the exhalation. Any residue left, exhale it out. Just empty, empty, empty. Soften your jawline, your eyebrows. Lift your hands and take your 4 fingers towards the temporalis, right on the side of your eyebrows, and then your thumb towards your jawline. And then pull them apart and then little circles. Pull them apart in little circles. Explore going in both directions. Breathe into that space. Some of you may even feel it in other parts in your body by doing that. For some reason, when I do it, I feel it in my lower spine. I don't know why, but that's the magic of the body. And then slowly relax your arms. Find your favorite way for Shavasana. There'll be a few minutes of stillness here. Since I did a lot of talking, I'll just encourage you to associate your breath with your pillar of light. Let it be generous. And if you get lost in your head, shine the light in your head and come back to your breath and to your light. With your next breath, wiggle your toes a little bit. Make little fists, soft fists with your hands, and then open. A little fist with your hand, and then open. And then bring your hands to your heart center in a prayer pose. Connecting to your own individual self, filled with compassion and love and gratitude, hope, acceptance for what is, and forgiveness, first towards us and then towards others. Just like we did in practice today, I invite you to take a pause from time to time. When great things are happening, come over here and acknowledge them. So when you need the source of strength, you already have a bank, a battery full of wisdom and inner strength to guide you. Bend your knees. Roll over to a fetus pose, please. Take a moment to bask, and I call this fetus pose the Ritz-Carlton of surrendering. One breath at a time, you're free. You're free of the past and the future. Give yourself permission to feel that. Let somebody else take care of something, because your needs matter. And with that, push the floor and come up to a seat, please. We bring our hands together, sit nice and tall, and visualize a ray of light radiating from the crown of your head all the way down and around you and around the room around you. Your energy is so powerful that somebody next to you or next door to you can feel that power. We take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Namaste to each and every one of you. Thank you. Whoa. Yoga therapy.
Yoga church.
Yoga church. Thank you. Bye-bye.